Hello, Yu-Gi-Oh tubers! This is the next deck in my what I call meta, which is fun because I don't really play meta. I guess this is as close as I get. Gonna just kind of start out here by saying, well, we'll just throw the first card down, I guess, and kind of everybody, I'm sure, will understand what's going on from there. Oh yeah, Gravekeepers. Gravekeepers are awesome. They've always been a stun deck. They've always been pretty good at being a stun deck. I've played them ever since they came out, and was it Pharaonic Guardian or something like that, from day one. A lot of people don't like them. They've always had pretty good control over the graveyard. However, Legacy of the Valiant came out. I bought lots of Legacy of the Valiant to get all the Gravekeepers cards I wanted. So I have an obsession with the Gravekeepers. It's one of the few decks that just, yeah. I believe they're meta, despite what everybody else will tell you. I also believe that they are too good right now. I think that Gravekeepers are, to me, damn near broken. I can't really say much more than that. They are very, very good. They're better than they've ever been, as far as I'm concerned. So let's get into the profile, and I'll explain to you why I think that is. Staple right there off. I mean, 3 spies. Everybody runs spy. Flip. We flipped up. Whatever. Flip colon. Whatever it is. Special summon. Gravekeeper 1500 from the deck. So yeah. For combinants again, most people run out of staple. 2 Gravekeeper's Descendant. Again, most people are going to say that's pretty well staple. I used to run 3 spearmen and even Gravekeeper's Cannonman. And when I first actually started playing them, that was my combo, was to play Rites of Spirit and gosh, I can't remember his name. There's the one Gravekeeper that when it's summoned, it deals 500, and I used to use a Dark Room Nightmare, so I'd play it, tribute it, deal 1,000 with Dark Room, Rite of Spirit, special it back, 800, fire it again for another 1,000. If you ever want to do that, they're great for that, for direct damage actually. You'd be surprised how well Gravekeepers can hold up using that combo. The only thing is, Cannonman can't shoot another Cannonman, but the amount of destruction, direct damage you can do, you can run this as a stall burn. Gravekeepers are just fine with that. So another little something to think about for any of you out there. You'd be surprised how well it does. Moving on. I do run 1 guard, because guard's awesome. Good for returning. Big defender. That's really good. Obtainable with Nobleman. Nobleman is pretty good. I don't mind Nobleman. Again, you can set a spy off of it. You can set guard. You can smash into it then, or tell them to go, whatever. The only downfall is Nobleman has to be destroyed by your opponent running it over. So that's kind of a drag. I don't think I'd ever run 2 unless something crazy happened for like another card or something that would complement it. I don't know of any now. To fit that in, I did cut 1 recruiter, but I still run 2 recruiter. I don't think I'd run 3, maybe, depending if I add like assailants in. Right now I do not have assailants in this deck. I cut them out so because I thought there was better cards to play with. One of which is Heretic. I do run 2 Heretic. He's part of the new stuff. Yeah. Being able to sit there and say the words Dark Hole, he's fine, your stuff is dead, I attack. There's so many combos you can run off of him. Like I said, Dark Hole, Torrential. There's a lot of card effects that he doesn't care about, which is awesome. Just even having him out, yeah, he's not part of a Necro Valley, but being able to poke for 18, even early game, is just a pain to them because there's nothing that can activate that really bothers him. So they have to target the Necro Valley and kind of work it that way. Now, here's the reason why I'm really saying this is broken, and this might be a little bit, couple minute longer video than. Hopefully, I can get done about 12 or so. But Shaman, I went to regionals not too long ago, and other people that were playing Gravekeepers, I had some other people that I know ask as well. We found that a lot of people playing Gravekeepers, let's say there were, I think it was like 5. So, most of them, I think it was 4, maybe even 2. 2 didn't have it in a deck at all, we'll say. 2 had it, but they had 1 copy, it was in side deck, and 1 person out of the 5 main deck Shaman. If you, to me, do not main deck at least 2 Shaman, I don't understand why you're playing Gravekeepers. I hate to be that blunt, I hate to kind of throw it out there, but again, we'll read the card effect briefly. 200 attack for each Gravekeeper in the grave. Yeah, so a huge defender. You put, let's say, you get Necro Valley out, 2,000. You put 2 Gravekeepers in, 24. I mean, it just continues to grow. Gate all monster effects that activate in the grave. All monster effects. Bujin player. Chaos decks, Chaos Dragons, any of the dragons that are still left that try to say that they are rulers. There's so many cards that this stops, it's ridiculous. So many decks now rely on the graveyard as like their secondary deck almost, that this shuts them down. Mermails, Fire Kings, there's so many decks that this screws over. It's amazing. Next up on the rule there, while Necro Valley is on the field, your opponent cannot activate field spells. Oh, well, that's gotta suck for a couple decks, huh? Also, field spells cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects, so you can't destroy my Necro Valley. So let's just run through that list. You can't activate effects in the graveyard at all. You can't target the graveyard, like with Call. You can't destroy my Necro Valley. You can't play another card to, have another field card out. There's a few decks that run those. Yeah, I get a power from my graveyard. How is that not awesome? I cannot think of a possible reason why you would not run this card at 2. I think 3 would be a little cloggy, but with the fact you got a Nobleman, you got Spy. I mean, to me, if you could run 1, sure, but you're teching it at that point, and I don't think that's a good play, but that's just my opinion again. So yeah, we'll get back to that in a second maybe if we get some more time here. I'm running long again, I'll try not to. See, we got 3 Necro Valleys right there. Again, that's, I think, is probably staple. I am running the 2 MSD to try to help out a little bit. I might bump 3, who knows. I'm running Gravekeepers Steel. I'm only running a single copy right now. Just trying to try it out. 2 was a little bit iffy for me at times because I really didn't need it and I'd have it in my hand and it was almost wasted, so I tried to cut it to 1 and run it as a tech. Royal Tribute. If I could run more of those, I so would. Thanks, Konami. Dark Hole. Again, self-explanatory. Get the field back. Heretics out. Yeah. Allure, because they're all dark. You can use some draw. It's not the greatest draw we could use, but it's better than nothing. Then we're going to get into 2 of my own personal techs. Wonder Wand. First of all, they're all spellcasters. I don't know what else I can say about that. It's kind of obvious at that point. So you can do any of them. But suppose you drop it on the Recruiter here. Well, let's see. Put it on him. I send him to the grave. The effective Recruiter goes off. I add a... well, I suppose I should do the sequence. The Wonder Wand will go off. Draw 2 cards. Search for the Recruiter afterwards. So you basically not a +1, but I think it's just such a good play that it's more powerful than that to me. You can send any spellcaster in this deck, that's fine. I get that. But the fact that I get to draw 2 and then search for Recruiter, I mean, if that's turn, maybe my turn 2, depending on what has happened obviously, but I mean potentially you could sit there and go, okay, well, Recruiter, pop with the wand and set Nobleman. I mean, there's so many good plays already off of that it's already ridiculous. Moving on. the new awesome of awesome card. The Necro Valley there. Imperial. I don't know why you, again, don't want to run this at 3. Anybody who runs it less than 3 is silly. 2, if you run it at 2, to me that's because you apparently couldn't have a third one. If you run it at 1, that's just a waste of time. Sorry to be blunt with this, but gosh, it's too good. It is a free solemn judgment. And then I run these instead of frickin' Imperial, or the Fiendish Chains right now, also. Because why? Why not? I can't think of any reason why you would not run it. It's too good. 2 Black Horn of Heaven. When you activate, it takes out special summonses, and again, this is all about stun base for me, so again, why not? If for any reason people try to activate those MSTs and I don't have Shaman out, or what have you, depending on the timing, yeah, I'll bribe it, because you waste MST. Yeah, you draw a card, but it keeps my control on the field, and that's, I think, much more important. I also run the Solemn Warning, because, again, you just should. Impulse, Torrential, and Bottomless. The last 2 cards I run are Yugioh Shields. Again, why you don't want to do this is beyond me. It's too good of a card. These, again, are all spellcasters. So, we'll just show you something real quick here. So let's say I got my Shaman out, and we'll say we got a Heretic out, and we got Mr. Necro Valley out here, right? So there's my thing at the point. Somebody plays Dark Hole or Torrential or something, right? They're gonna say, gosh, we really got to get that Shaman out of the way, or gosh, we're gonna have to run him over, or whatever. Oh look, Yugioh Shield. Target Shaman. I'm a horrible person. We weren't even tested for that. Anyway. So I mean, yeah, that right there is just crazy. Now some people have asked me when they've seen me play this, they've said, well, why don't you add Safe Zone? Well, Safe Zone is a good card. You could argue potentially it is potentially better than the Yugioh Shield. However, and this is what I try to remind them, Safe Zone, once destroyed, takes the monster with it. That's no good to me. If I need to attack with Shaman, I can't do damage to my opponent because it doesn't let it. Yugioh Shield, I can play it at any of these guys, and I have to destroy it essentially 3 times. If I Yugioh Shield out, somebody throws an MST, I can negate that, and you still got to run it over, still got to destroy it. It gives me constant field presence, and with Gravekeepers the way they are, I think this is too good again. Well, that's it. That's all I got. Again, this is what I feel is my anti-meta. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Please rate. Thumbs up, thumbs down if you want. Don't care. Subscribe. That'd be cool too. Not begging for it. Any comments you want to throw them in there? I'll try to answer them if you want.